So yeah, I did appetite suppressants for 30 days. That sounds really weird to say I did appetite suppressants for 30 days. That makes it sound like I did street drugs or something like that. I don't recommend that anybody tries street drugs for weight management. Just FYI. Okay, well this video is off to a great start, so let's just jump right into it. So before we get into all of this about my documentation of using the appetite suppressants, I just have to say a really big disclaimer to anyone who might be watching this who has experienced an eating disorder like anorexia or bulimia or binge eating disorder or any combination of things. I just want you to know that appetite suppressants might not be the answer to your problem if you're feeling really triggered right now and you were searching for a video like this because you want to obsess over your weight. And I say that because I have been in your shoes. I am someone who has obviously struggled with my weight. I was a really chubby kid. I had gained a ton of weight, then I lost 90 pounds like 8 years ago. And then recently I've been struggling with my weight a little bit again, not as much as I have in the past, but obviously enough that I was drawn to something like appetite suppressants. But there is a big difference between choosing to take an appetite suppressant just because you need a little bit of help managing your weight and obsessing over your weight in a really compulsive, unhealthy way. So you're kind of force feeding yourself appetite suppressants and other things that might suppress your appetite. There's a big difference between those things. So if you are finding yourself kind of in your eating disorder right now and you're watching this video, I just really want you to know that you are loved and you don't need these appetite suppressants to feel better about yourself. They're never going to answer the real problem of what's actually bothering you inside. I have been so many different weights in my life. I've been extremely skinny. I was a 00 for a while. I've also been very overweight. I've been a size 18, 20 before. I have experienced the full breadth of the different kinds of overweight and skinny and in between that you can be. And at all of those weights, I never found happiness just in my weight. I have definitely come to discover that the problem that I'm always trying to fix through weight control is often something that is not actually going to be defined by weight control. So I just feel like that's really important to say at the beginning of this video, because part of me was even feeling conflicted about taking an appetite suppressant because I felt like maybe this could lead to harmful behaviors in myself. But luckily, I have found that this appetite suppressant that I took is really just, it just helped me to get out of the intense sugar and just crazy cravings that I've been having for the past few months that were really feeling uncontrollable for me. This appetite suppressant did help me manage those a little bit better. So with that really big disclaimer out of the way, let me show you what I took. So I found this, if it'll focus. It's called Garcinia cambogia, and I hope I'm saying that right because this whole time I have not felt like sure that I'm saying it. But I also took it paired with this stuff. It's from the same company called CLA 2000. And I took this is the actual appetite suppressant. This, I think it's an herb, Garcinia cambogia. And then this is something that that helps your muscles to metabolize a little bit faster. So it's supposed to help you build lean muscle, while this one is supposed to help you curb your cravings. Especially for me, I found my sugar cravings were curbed. So what did make me want to try something like an appetite suppressant? Well, honestly, for the past few months, I have been feeling a little extra out of control around food, as I think I said, especially sugar. And I was noticing just some slight binge sort of behavior around food coming back in me. And I just wasn't able to control it. I kept telling myself every day, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna eat better. I'm not gonna eat so much sugar. I'm not gonna eat so much processed stuff. And for whatever reason, I just like couldn't. And it made me feel like, is something wrong in my brain or something? Because in the past, I have been able to moderate at the times that I needed to around certain kinds of food. And so I was confused, like what has happened to me now that suddenly I'm just a little bit, I feel a little bit extra out of control around food. I don't know if it's because I'm stressed and I'm like leaning into food a little bit more than I normally would. I don't know. So I decided to research if there were any high quality natural appetite suppressants out there, and I found this as I think I just showed you. And I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm not eating well and I feel kind of out of control with my food, I also just don't feel good in my body. I just feel like I was feeling really like puffy and just kind of like bloated all the time, and I just didn't feel like myself. So I am fully body positive, and I know that you can love yourself at whatever size and that you absolutely do not need to lose weight necessarily to like love yourself and feel good. But at the same time, I know for myself, like what feels good for me when I'm in my body. And for me to feel kind of like puffy and bloated all the time and just not myself, my confidence is lower, and I just don't feel good. So yeah, all of that made me want to try an appetite suppressants to see if it really would help me curb my cravings and just like how much food I was eating. But before I get too deep into explaining to you all of the effects and all of the things that I discovered by using this, I documented a little bit of what my 30-day journey was like vlog style. So now I will take you back to past Genevieve, who will just take you through the journey of what these 30 days were like. And after that, I'm going to show you some before and after pictures and talk a little bit more about what I really think of these appetite suppressants. Good morning. I have literally just woken up, and I am a weirdo, and I wake up really early, and I also drink coffee and usually will eat a little something like fairly soon after I wake up. So for that reason, I'm taking these like ASAP, because you're supposed to, let me just read you the directions so we're all on the same page. As a dietary supplement, take 3 veggie capsules once daily. For best results, take 20 to 30 minutes before a meal with an 8-ounce glass of water. Okay, so I'm taking that, and then I'm also from the same company taking this CLA 2000, which honestly, I didn't even know what this was, but it was kind of recommended as like a really good complement to the other one. And apparently after reading again the directions, it helps with like muscle transformation, like giving you more energy, helping fat turn into muscle, I guess. And this one also says take 2 soft shells every morning. So I'm just gonna take, I guess, 5 pills right now. So it's day 2, and I just wanted to give you a little update as to how I'm feeling so far. Yesterday, I honestly did feel like I was maybe less hungry, although I still had sugar cravings in the afternoon, and that's what I was so hoping these appetite suppressants would stop. But today, day 2, it's now late afternoon. It's like 5:30 at this time, and I have not felt that way. Like usually I'm the kind of person that once like 3 o'clock rolls around every day, I'm like ravenous for sugar and fat and just like everything I could possibly have. So it's been really nice that today I have not felt that way. I felt mostly normal. I've just been eating just kind of normally today. Like I wouldn't say I'm eating way less, but just normally. I'm not overeating. And that's really, I think, the goal with this is just to not overeat. So there's that, but I'm also wondering, like, what could part of this be a placebo effect or something? Because I'm taking these pills, it's like I think I should be eating less, so I am eating less. I'm not sure, and that's why I'm really curious, like as time goes on and I'm not as hyper aware of how these pills are affecting me, to notice like if I still eat less. So there's that. So I was just headed out the door, but then I realized I should give you a quick update before I forget. I think it's day 8-ish, I think. And I am actually truly shook by these appetite suppressants, because as you know, I kind of thought at first that this would be like kind of a placebo effect thing, and it'd be like, oh, if I take the pills, then I won't, eat because I'll think that I shouldn't or whatever. And it is like truly stood up to the test, because on I think my 4th day, I went and got barbecue with a friend, and that is that kind of food that like I can overeat barbecue all day, every day, and just be totally okay with it. And there's something about the way that these pills like change the way I feel fullness, that it's like I got full eating the barbecue and then like genuinely didn't want to keep eating. It's like a different fullness that I'm used to, because before I would be able to overeat, I would get full, but then there's almost like this weird like pleasurable part of like just continuing to stuff yourself. And that's what I would have before. But something about this now, it's like when I get full, it's like I'm really done. Like I'm like, there's no more like pleasure taken from overeating, which is like shocking me, because that's like a miracle to me, because overeating and having the sugar cravings, which has also been greatly diminished, that was like my biggest problem. And so again, it's only, like I said, day 8. There's still a lot to, a whole month to go to see how this is going to go. But my body feels a lot lighter already. I just feel like just better in myself. I'm not eating as much, and I'm like, whoa, I'm kind of shook. Welcome back to Genevieve of Now. Although you're watching this, this is already the past again. That's very meta to think about, that this now is already gone. Anyway, that was the last thing that I recorded in terms of kind of vlog style documenting how I was feeling. And I guess I just assumed I'd give you the last update today, which is, yeah, what I'm doing. So overall, how did everything go? Did I actually lose weight? Well, first of all, I can say that I did lose some weight. I lost approximately 3 pounds. But what's interesting about that is that my body actually feels a lot different. Like I feel as if I should have lost more weight than that, because my body does feel less puffy, less bloated, and that was the main thing I was going for, honestly. So even though 3 pounds doesn't sound like very much, for me, my body really does feel different. I feel more fit, more myself. So right here, I will show you again my before pictures. So I took these on the very first day that I started taking the appetite suppressants. As you can see, I look kind of bloated, I don't know. And then here I will put the pictures that I took. Actually, I took these today, because today is the last day of my time doing these appetite suppressants. And honestly, when I first compared these two pictures, I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, I really do look pretty different. And those 3 pounds, I also have kind of a small frame, so 3 pounds on a small frame might be more noticeable than on someone who is a bigger size, a lot more weight to lose. So for me, I'm actually really satisfied with the results that I got. I was not taking this with the goal of trying to lose like an extreme amount of weight in a short amount of time. And like I said in the beginning of this video, if that is your goal, like you're obsessively wanting to lose a lot of weight really quickly, there might be something else in your mind that you really need to address and really love and comfort yourself for, because losing weight quickly is not going to be the long-term answer for you. But overall, my experience of taking this Garcinia Cambogia, oh, I never said this isn't sponsored, by the way. I totally never said that. That's great. I have no affiliation with this company. I just happened to find them through someone else's review, and I liked their review, so I bought them, I used them. But yeah, no affiliation, not sponsored at all. This is just my honest opinion of how this went down for me. So that's important to note. But now I'm trying to answer the question of overall, what was my experience? Well, first of all, I have to say that I was honestly kind of surprised that my appetite really truly was diminished with these. At first, as you saw, I kind of thought that maybe it would be like a placebo effect and I would only be eating less because I thought I should be eating less, like it's kind of like a mental trick. But I was shocked that there were days where I was eating food that normally I would binge on or just way overeat, and I just didn't. Like for whatever reason, like when I felt full, I really honored my full and just felt like I was done, and that was really great. That being said, one thing I did notice for myself while taking these is that after like a couple weeks, I think it was a couple weeks, I took a break from taking them for 2 days because I was feeling like maybe the effects of them were wearing off. And taking a break from them for 2 days, actually, it really helped me, because as I went back on them, like after my break, I felt the effects stronger again. So I don't know if that was just me, but I did feel almost like as time went on and I took these every day, it's like as if my body got used to it, and I didn't notice that like full sensation as quickly as when I first started to take them. So if you decide for yourself that you would like to take these, maybe try that. Like if you feel like you're starting to maybe overeat again a bit, if you just take a break for a day or two and just stop taking them and then retake them again, I think it's good, at least for me, it kind of like reset my system. I was especially impressed with how well these curbed my sugar cravings, because as I have said multiple times, sugar is like my ultimate downfall. So that's what I really wanted, was to not crave sugar as much. And these really helped me with that. Of course, I still did have days, especially when I was around food, that I didn't get to eat very often, like special occasions of going out to certain restaurants or just getting food that I don't normally get to eat. I still tended to overeat those foods, and I think that's just like a really normal human thing, that when we're exposed to stuff that we don't get to eat very often, we tend to eat more of it. So there were definitely some days that I still did overeat a bit, despite the fact that I was taking these, but I think that had more to do with me just being around food I didn't get that often, and that's okay. The last thing I'll say is about this CLA stuff. So this bottle is still a little bit full because I did not end up taking these every day. The days that I did take these, I felt like my appetite was slightly increased again, which kind of makes sense, because if this is helping your muscles to metabolize faster, that means your muscles are taking in more energy, and that sends a signal to your brain saying, okay, we're taking in more energy, like we need more food, more energy. So I felt like the days that I took these, they did help me, I feel like, to be leaner, but at the same time, I kind of felt like, and I could be totally crazy, but it felt almost like they sort of balanced out the effects of this. But still, it seems really normal that you would want to put those two things together, especially if you are upping your workouts, which I also did over this month, as I had gotten kind of lazy with the way I was working out, and I really wanted to get back into it. And so I was doing that this past month as well. So if you are working out and trying to eat a little bit less, or just control your crazy cravings a bit more, then yeah, I would suggest that you get both of them and try it for yourself and see how that goes. So the last thing I'll say, because I know I already said that was going to be the last thing, but I actually just thought of something else. If you are wanting to take these appetite suppressants, but you have no interest in changing the way you eat at all, or it's like if you're going to take these and still expect that you're going to eat like fast food every day and basically like not have any interest in actually like changing your diet at all, I don't know if these are going to work as well for you. I think these are going to be great for someone who truly wants help just shifting their lifestyle. Like for someone like me who like discovered, okay, wow, I'm getting into like a bad pattern of just not eating healthfully as much as I used to, eating a lot more processed stuff. And I really would like just some extra support in helping my brain to like not go towards those bad decisions as much. So it's like, this is like a little, what is this? Like a little support, little bolster for you. I don't know what my hands are doing. But if you take these and you truly do not want to change your lifestyle at all, you just want to keep doing exactly what you're doing, but you're adding the appetite suppressants, I just don't know if it's going to work for you. But I don't know, maybe it would, because like I said, I was honestly surprised that there were days that I took that and it stopped me from eating as much as I normally would. And that didn't come from my own willpower. I can tell you that right now. So this is not an extreme weight loss trick, but I'm really honestly impressed and surprised that that this is a good supplement for if you are wanting to change your lifestyle, you're wanting to lose a little bit of weight and just feel a little bit lighter and better in your body. I definitely would recommend trying that. I will put a link in the description below to both of these. They are affiliate links, so I make like a tiny commission if you buy them through my links, but it won't change the price for you. It's just something to be aware of. So please let me know if you do try them. I'm really curious to hear your experience with these, to see if I had a typical experience, or if you're gonna have a better one or a worse one. I hope not a worse one, but I really want to know how it goes for you. So let me know in the comments below how it goes for you. Remember not to do street drugs for weight loss, and also love yourself no matter what size you are right now. If you're feeling like I did, where you're feeling kind of puffy, you're still lovable and acceptable, And if you want just a little bit of help just to like get you to change some bad habits a little bit, then yeah, I recommend trying the appetite suppressants. So let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, also, if you got value out of this video and you would like to support me, I have a Ko-Fi account. The link is also in the description below, and you can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi, and it really helps me, it helps this channel to keep going. So thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given me on Ko-Fi. And subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but I am thinking as I get back into my own fitness kind of lifestyle choices. I don't know, it sounds weird to say fitness lifestyle because I don't think of myself as like a fitness guru. But as I get back into that, I might be making more videos about this topic. So if you would like to know more, you can subscribe, see what happens. All right, thank you guys so much. I will see you in my next video.